All right. Okay, I have to share this because so many people were like, Mexico's so dangerous, the police are so corrupt, and blah, blah, blah. And like, yes, okay, there's bad stuff that happens here, right? But I literally just had my engine completely shut off while I was driving down the road. I was able to pull off to the side of the road, thank goodness. And a police car came up like immediately, saw me and pulled over and was like, what's the problem? And I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have some issues and whatever. Those guys like rolled up their sleeves, got under the hood of my car and fixed the problem. That kind of shit would never happen in the States, ever. That was really cool. That's a pretty good spot. All right, you may have noticed from my last episode that my fins are kaput. They are completely done. So I got myself something fun. Freediving fins. I have been wanting to get some since I did my course, and I figured that this was a good opportunity since I can use them for scuba diving while I'm down here. So I figured that I would just do something a little bit silly and put them on for a side mount dive. I haven't seen anyone wear long freediving fins while side mount diving. I think there is a reason for it, but I just want to do something silly, see what it feels like. So I'm going to take you guys along. Ouch, bugs. Gotta get dressed. Okay. I'm at Playa Santa Maria, and that is just outside of Cabo San Lucas. I already took down my tanks. There's quite a decent walk down to the beach. It never gets any easier. Conditions-wise, it's a little bit windy. Wind seems to be coming from the southwestern area direction. I'm gonna dive on the more protected side because there are some waves, even though this is a protected bay. The wind is causing some waves on the left side of the bay. I'm not gonna go in that direction. I want this to be a really easy dive, and especially using these fins, I don't want to be dealing with them in like waves and stuff. I have a feeling that this is going to be really awkward. It's going to be great. A nice thing about this beach is that it has showers, so immediately after the dive, I can just rinse all of my gear really well. Because I noticed that from my last dive, I tried to rinse, but I was really using water mindfully where I was, and I got out my regs and it was totally sticky from salt, and that's not good. Don't do that. Don't be me. Take good care of your equipment, kids. I don't really know what to expect from this dive. It's going to be a dusk dive. The sun is going down, but like in regards to marine life or how the reef is, no idea. I'm just gonna go and see what I find. Many people comment on why I take so much gear when I do this kind of diving. In previous videos, I've shared about the benefits of equipment redundancy and keeping my skills on point. But there's another factor that you might have figured out from episode 6 of this series, and that's fitness. As a dive professional, cardio and strength maintenance are key for efficient emergency responses. Being fit enough to jump in and do just about anything is important to me, and I enjoy consistently challenging my body. I've been thinking about it a lot this month while reading The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter and sharing perspectives with my community in Patreon. The book introduces the term comfort creep, which refers to our human psychology of feeling less satisfied with comforts as they become part of normal life, encouraging us to seek out even more comfort. For me, living in a van and experiencing all the wonderful awfulness of this lifestyle, along with doing hard shore dives, keeps my comfort creep at bay. These activities increase my joy in simple things and makes average dives feel special. Back to the freediving fins. Getting these bad boys on in the waves with 2 tanks at your sides isn't the most fun, but it wasn't as difficult as I anticipated. Plus, the long fins made the surface swim an absolute breeze. When diving in Baja in the winter, it's common to hear whale songs underwater. Humpback whales migrate down here. Although it's less common to catch a sight of them underwater, their songs can travel kilometers, hitting your ears during a dive. This impressive sound range is because of the physical properties of water. The increased density allows sound to move about 4 times faster than in air, and the range of the sound will depend on the temperature and depth of the water. The increased speed of sound waves is the reason why it's hard for humans to locate the origination of sounds when swimming underwater. All humpback whales make sounds, but the males do the impressive singing. Scientists aren't entirely sure of the mechanics and social implications of the whale song due to the difficulty of studying them, but there are groups working on it. Theories for the whale song function include male-to-male competition and attracting mates. The songs contain complex phrases and themes which are repeated, but evolve over time based on interactions with whales from other parts of the planet. The other whale sounds produced by all pod members probably function as ways to identify each other, communicate, and locate food. These sounds, including clicks, whistles, and pulse calls, are crucial for the humpbacks to understand what and who is around them. As far as scientists understand, they make sound by moving air around internally over their phonic lips or vocal folds, which means they don't have to release air to make sound like humans do.
This looks crazy. Disco dog.
She has a fancy light up collar. Look at that. She knows that she's in trouble because she was just caught eating all the garbage. At least it doesn't smell like you rolled in anything. Are you ashamed of yourself? Are you going to vomit all over me like you did in La Ventana? Disco dog down. The consensus is I actually liked it. I wouldn't do it with Sidemount. It's too awkward, but I understand why people go with their regular scuba kit because you really do have a lot of power. The surface swim was so much easier, even with 2 tanks, and even backfinning. It wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be. That being said, trying to deal with them and getting through surge and waves and stuff, not my favorite. Like getting out of the water was super awkward just now, but overall it was kind of a fun experience. I'm gonna shower. I haven't showered in a few days and I stink. You didn't need to know that. Disco dog, come on. Disco dog. Alright, let's do dinner. Dinner? ¿Dónde está la mañana? La mañana? Uy. Let's go check out the arch at sunrise. Hi, baby. Take a nap. Pobrecita. Vámonos. The day I finally decided to do this adventure turned out to be less than ideal conditions. It started raining. However, instead of canceling, I just went for it. It's easy to miss out on experiences while waiting for the perfect conditions. It's a little rocky out here and loud. Lots of boats. Excuse me while I go around the corner to avoid this cruise ship. there will always be reasons to postpone things we want to do. Bad weather, fear, not enough money, too busy, and that's how we miss out on the beauty of life.
Oh my God.
My experience on the road has challenged me to readjust my priorities. What's important? For me, that list includes relationships, experiences, and fighting for the well-being of wild places. And if I can do all that through sharing my silly stories and love of the underwater world, well, that's pretty neat.
It's so beautiful. Can't stand it. Ah! There it is.
So I leave you with a challenge. Get outside this week, challenge your body, take note of how inspiration hits you, and run with it.